Well, hello, everybody. Welcome along to Myst, or Riven, the sequel to Myst. That is what we're playing today. We're going to only be able to do a short stream today. We'll aim to just go until the standard OBS crash at about 2 hours. As I have a couple errands to run, and then I'm picking up some friends from the airport who are down to visit now that visiting is allowed. For the Labor Day long weekend. So they're not just here for me, obviously. They're here for like their family and stuff. They're from this area, but they've been living away for a long time and are finally able to return for a bit because of the COVID restrictions and stuff are lessened. And my desk is absolutely coated in cat hair because the cat likes to jump up here, and I just noticed a bunch of annoying bits and I'm trying to pull them off, which is what I'm looking at and wiggling around about. Anyway, we beat Myst, the first one. It took us about 6 hours in 2 sittings, completely blind. The what's it called? The remastered version is what we played. Thought it would be a good puzzle game to check out. We are probably... I'm going to make myself a little bit bigger here. I feel like that's probably a good idea. I don't know if it'll be in the way or not, but we'll see. That's probably okay. So I really enjoyed it, and I thought it'd be fun to continue. This one is not a remastered version. It's just, the Scum VM sort of version that exists. So it's going to be a little bit more rough around the edges compared to the remastered version, but I've been told it's a lot harder. And like different, I guess. So we will check it out. And hello. Let's go. Go. There we go. Oh man, that's reminiscent of the 90s right there. This is like my childhood computer game graphics. It's taking me back to like Heroes 2. FMV.
Thank God you've returned.
Oh, it's the father from the last one.
There's a great deal of history that you should know, but I'm afraid that I must continue my writing. Here. Most of what you'll need to know is in there. Keep it well hidden.
I'm not going to put it in my butt.
For reasons you'll discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny. But it's actually a one-man prison.
Uh-oh. Is it your third son?
To capture Gan.
Gan? Gan?
Once you've found Catherine...
That's your wife.
Signal me, and I'll come with a linking book to bring us back.
How do I signal you?
There's also a chance, if this all goes well, that I might be able to get you back to the place that you came from.
In we go, I guess. The FMV is a little janky, but it's very nostalgic. That's a bit loud. God damn. Oh, hello. More FMV, I guess. I'll talk about the FMV after they're over, and I can put a thought together while not having to pay attention to what's going on. That's not English. Why are you taking my book? Oh, you just got blow darted, I guess? Yeah. Another person coming. I hear the footsteps. Oh, and dragging his body away. The FMV is very nostalgia inducing to me. Like, I played a lot of Red Alert, and those were like other like 90s games, like mid 90s, where like FMV was the new exciting thing, and like everybody was putting them into games because it was something that like, oh my god, we can do this, it's super cool, and like put FMVs everywhere. And that spawned the my favorite moment in video game history, which is Tim Curry, the communist Tim Curry, screaming about space. Oh, you're opening the door for me, I guess. Oh, I guess it begins. Oh god, I'm gonna have such a hard time with the point and click aspect of this. It's been like 15 years since I've played a point and click. Okay, I can't pull that out because he jammed a knife in it. Oh, I can click on the book. Let's see. They held me for more than 30 years, but the corrections I made to Riven have finally failed. The island has resumed the familiar pattern of decay that is the hallmark of my father's work. I must now race to implement this new patch before it is too late. I only hope that my revised theories are sound. Revisions to Riven completed. There are still a number of minor adjustments which need to be made, but the basic corrections have been entered and should be working. Something's not right. I've been monitoring the instruments for several hours now, but I've thus far observed no change. It's possible that I've made an error, though I've checked my entry against my pre-notation and can find no discrepancy. I've not had a rest in nearly 3 days, so it may be that I'm just not seeing it. If the fault is with my foundational assumptions, however, perhaps after a short rest I will see something. Success! It appears that my repairs have been effective. After all, the gateway image has become noticeably clearer, and although it's impossible to know this with absolute certainty, the island seems to have quieted itself. Just a few more weeks of work and I should be free, at last, to go there myself and attempt to bring Catherine back. So Catherine is here somewhere. Past 8 months have left me little time to think, to devise a strategy for getting her out of there. I've received no sign from her in all that time. I'm afraid that, no, I must assume that she's alright, lest my fears undermine my efforts to bring her back. I did not create the Age of Riven, unlike my father. I've never presumed to have such power, and yet the future of all those who live there has fallen into my hands. So far I've managed to read the page before it turns. The island continues to appear stable, and I would like to believe that I've saved a dying world, but the theories of one individual cannot support the lives of real people indefinitely. I must get everyone off of Riven as soon as possible. The problem now is Gen. I'll never be able to rescue Catherine and relocate the islanders if he is still the man he once was. I haven't seen him in over 30 years, but his history forces me to assume that he's still a threat. His myopic mission to restore the Dini civilization has left too many innocent cultures dying in its wake, and will continue to do so were he once again to be free of the confines of Riven, or the Fifth Age, as he coldly titled it. The universe has been safe for his corruptive influence for the last 33 years because no one has been able to leave that age, the last linking book out of Riven having been lost in the Star Fissure upon my return to Mist. That was my intention, to maroon my father on Riven. Again, is his father, I guess? By removing all the existing links to other worlds, and since the art of constructing books had long been lost with the fall of the Dini, he would be trapped there for the remainder of his lifetime, effectively segregated from the countless other worlds that he would have invaded. In effect, this is what we achieved, but the way it fell, however, was no one's ideal. Through the sting of the incident has gradually faded from my memory. The deep pain of the responsibility for what actually came to be has never left me. At the time, it seemed so clear. Gen's destructive path could not be allowed to continue, but it was never my choice that the innocent inhabitants of Riven, who had already suffered so much, would be the ones to pay for it. Enough to dwell in the past is to die in the present. The situation is not the same as it was then. The knowledge I've acquired in the years since that time has yet to be applied to this problem. I think I have the solution. Why did it not occur to me sooner? I do not know, unless the idea of it had been pushed out with the thought of my sons. A prison book. Many years ago, during a hunting expedition through the ruins of Dini, I chanced upon a formula for a most unusual type of book. Unfortunately, due to the fact that my father was then in the habit of confiscating my discoveries, I was forced to leave it behind. Years later, however, as part of my efforts to protect the vulnerable worlds linked to the books in my library, I was pleased to find that I could still recall most of the formula, and with little experimentation quickly succeeded in creating one of these devices myself. The procedure is actually quite simple. By altering key lines of text but slightly, a normal linking book's connection can be partially severed such that anyone who attempts to use the book would be permanently trapped in the dark void of the link, that is, unless someone else then uses the book, at which point that person would become trapped and the first person displaced into the world. This technique can be applied to books that have already been written, changes to the original text being so slight that anyone who is unfamiliar with the code will be unable to detect them. If indeed my father has not changed, what better bait could there be than a book that appeared to be a link back from here to Dini? Trouble. My nightly analysis of the island's condition has revealed that the tremors have begun again. The pattern, however, is new. The disturbance is the result of changes I have made. This did not at first concern me. However, tremors of this type were of the possible side effects that I had anticipated during this initial phase of the island's readjustment. Still, in order to verify my assumptions, I decided to calculate again, incorporating the new data. The results were not what I expected. The damage to the understructure is more extensive than I had realized. I can no longer go to Riven as planned. Catherine, forgive me. I must act while I have still the time. The signs are barely visible, but there's no question that the island's deterioration is accelerating. Total collapse is imminent unless I can keep ahead, and that is becoming increasingly difficult to do. With every passing moment, I get a clearer picture of the incredible chaos that my father's economy of words has yielded, but it's a dismaying process. The complexity of the problem is overwhelming. There is no end to this. The last few days have all but convinced me that the collapse of Riven is inevitable, and that the best I can only strive to delay it now, and I hope that at some point the island becomes stable enough to risk a rescue attempt. I think I've come up with a way to subdue the tremors. It will require my exclusive attention for at least a month or two, so it may be necessary to discontinue these journal entries for a while. Something truly miraculous has happened. Beyond all conceivable probability, someone has finally found my lost Mist linking book and has freed me from this prison. I immediately realized that this could be the solution to my dilemma, and I believe that my mysterious benefactor is willing to assist me. That's me! I'm still not sure it can work. The logistics of such a scheme are formidable, but the mere fact that it may not be possible for me to continue to my repairs to Riven and yet proceed with my original intent to find Catherine has given me renewed hope. The last few days have left me little time to work out the remaining problems with sending someone else to Riven. It did occur to me, however, that if a way could be found to signal me once Gen had been captured, it would no longer be necessary to take a real linking book to Riven and risk the possibility of inadvertently releasing Gen. The deteriorated state of the gateway image makes the use of a visual signal impossible, but picture remains a reliable indicator of Riven's condition nonetheless. By measuring and interpreting variations in the noise patterns, I'm still able to observe basic changes that occur in the age, even though I cannot see them. The problem is that my instruments can only detect changes that occur on a fundamental level, and it seems unlikely that an individual could affect such an elementary change from within an age. The idea may be foolish. Still, there's a known weakness that may be worth investigating, an anomaly that appears as a rift between the two separate systems, the Star Fissure. But how or even if this fact could be exploited, I cannot say. Sending someone to Riven also means that once I receive the signal that they are ready to return, I have to leave my writing in order to take a real linking book there myself. However, provided my father is safely out of the way, this should take very little time. After that, assuming the island does not incur much damage in my absence, it should then be a relatively simple matter to hold it together for long enough for Catherine to return to Riven and evacuate the remaining islanders. Predetermining a signal without knowing the topography of the island may prove to be impossible, but I'm afraid there can only be one answer to the question of whether or not I should send my friend to Riven with a way out. The potential for failure will be greatly diminished if the prison book is all that is taken there. I'm sure my father is expecting me to bring a linking book to Riven. May he not be disappointed. So I guess that book that was stolen from me right away at the start was like the prison book. And that guy that stole it from me was like, haha, I've got the linking book. Take that. The big sword. So that just takes me out. God, this like, this is gonna drive me nuts. Like the point and click, I am not very used to this. Okay, so nothing there that I can really do. Nothing there that I can really do. Nothing happens when I press that. I feel like the fact that it's like remastered or not remastered is actually going to cause me a lot of problems, because like with the other with Myst, like it was very obvious what was interactable and what was not interactable, and I feel like here there's going to be a lot of stuff that is just going to be unclear whether or not I can click on it until I click it. Like I wouldn't have noticed that was a button unless I accidentally clicked it. So I think this is going to be a little bit awkward in a lot of ways for that reason. I mean, possibly, but it's not a... No, those are the only options. It's not a remastered version or anything. It's just, this is the game running on a VM. So I'm playing it as it was back in the day, very slideshowy. Oh, so there's a door there. And there's a bridge, which leads me to a cave. Oh, man. Well... let's start in the cave, I guess, and the creepy sounds that I don't like. Well, it's not a VM, it's like the Scum VM thing that comes with it when you buy it from GOG or Steam these days. Like a... I need to turn that down. It's really loud. That's just what it's called. The system that runs it. Uh-oh. I don't like that. Something's moving. Pretty sure something was moving while I was doing that. God, I got my hand on the keyboard like, Oh, that opened a door. Okay, that's good, I guess. Put my hand on the keyboard like that's gonna help. Oh yeah, this is not the Android version. This is just on the PC. That's a weird throne. We got nothing so far. That was where I came from. That's the door. Let's keep going down the cave, I guess. I have no idea where to start, but Myst was kind of like that too. I just kind of drove around until I saw something that looked vaguely like a puzzle. Is that where I came from? Oh, this looks like the room that had the door that got opened for me. There's fruit. And some roses. Fruit. Some flowers, it looks like. A star and a pentagon. Nothing I can really click on. This is the door that looked like it opened, when I pressed that switch. A button that took away my ability to do anything. And also did not seem to do anything. Oh, there's something in the background? Oh, I mean, something happened. Oh, okay. There's like a train. Or a vehicle of some kind. If this is another sound puzzle submarine, I am going to shoot someone. Oh, it's like a monorail pod sort of deal. And that's kind of what happened to me with Myst, is I just kind of like poked around until I found something that looked like I could solve it, so I did. Yeah, I know. That's gonna be awful. I mean... Okay. What does that do? Nothing, nothing. Ahead we go, I guess. Take me to wherever the SkyTrain goes. I do not like this. So this is just some sort of transport that will take me between islands, I guess. God, I keep wanting to move around with like WASD, and that very clearly does not do anything. I mean, I understand that. It does not make me feel very good right now, though. KI. I'm gonna open up the old trusty notepad because I feel like just taking notes on things is a good idea. It's like a squeaking sound. Myst 1 made me paranoid about noises mattering. Yeah, because I get motion sick, yeah. KI. And it's like a eye symbol, like an eye. That didn't really bother me too much, but that's the type of thing that I know that if there's a lot of, probably will. That's where I came from? Or it's hard to tell where I came from. No, I came from over there. Stairs? Yep. Stairs. 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 Oh, that was a button. That was a button that didn't seem to do anything. Those are the stairs that I came from, I think. Those are the stairs that I came from. More stairs. Well, let's go up, I guess, before we go down. Just wish I had an indication of, like, where I could go or what I could do. And it's, like, a lot more disorienting to me. I'm not very used to point and click. Like, the point and click is a lot more disorienting to me than just being able to, like, physically walk around and, like, memorize where I'm going. Like, I'm gonna be very lost very quickly, I think. In this type of environment. That's an axe. Can I take the axe? Can I do anything with the axe? I cannot. I didn't mean to go in the weird minecart. It's a bug. Kill a bug. I don't know what the point of that was. Oh, the door opens, I guess. That's a good sign. See, like, there's just all these paths, and I still don't even see, like, a thing that I can attempt to solve. And I'm just gonna walk in a direction, and I'm gonna get really lost. I feel. Before I find something that's relevant. Like, wait, which way did I just go? Is that the way I came? I think that's the way I came. Yeah. Well, let's go right first, I guess. Continue to go down. We find a dragonfly that I cannot click on in any way. Nope. Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna have a lot harder time with this than Mist. Oh, there's something spinny there. And I don't necessarily just mean because it's harder. I just mean because I'm not used to point and click games. I'm gonna have a hard time navigating. I'm gonna have a hard time like finding the things that I need to find to accomplish something. Is there a man in that tower waving at me? It looks like it. The way to go over there. That's the way to go over there. That's where I came from. Can I like look at the tower? Can, but I cannot do anything with it. This is a blue area that just seems to go down. More people. Like, I'm already very lost. I have no idea where I'm going or what I'm doing. But I feel like that is part of the intent. As a child that is being dragged away from me. What if I go back up this way and then just try the other way that was up? Isn't this where I came from? This is where I came from. Okay, so it's just a big loop that seemed to accomplish nothing. Okay. There's a ladder that goes down into the water. And an H. Can't seem to do anything with it. Click, 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 click. No. Okay. Ladder. Up. 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 Now we're in some sort of tree village. Open the door? Or knock on the door? Another 5-pointed star, which seems to be a thing that matters. But nobody home, I guess? Click, 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 click. What is this now? I imagine this is another sort of transport device, which I feel like I can't interact with yet, because it doesn't seem to be powered on. Would make sense. Oh. Well, I made it go away. It's like a minecart, I think. It looks like it pulls some sort of train. It's like on minecart tracks. Got something here that probably means something. Oops. I can't click on it. Seems. Go to this one. I can't do anything either. Also cannot do anything. It's a fire. Also cannot do anything. Well, I'm gonna send that down. There are no tracks up here, so hopefully it at least connects with some tracks down there or something. Where we came from. I'm lost again. Feel like, oh, this is where I came up from, I think. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be other things I can do there, though. Don't even see the train tracks that there were. Okay. Itty self. What is going on? I'm just in the process of getting very lost. Because I don't really understand. Oh, that's just where I came from. Because I am not very used to point and click games. So I'm very getting lost. Wasn't this the way I came? This was the way I came. But though I went the long way around that way. Sure, let's take the weird minecart. What could go wrong? So far I haven't found anything that could be like remotely associated with a puzzle though. I found the letters K-I and nothing else. Oh god, I hate this. Magic underwater minecart. So far, I've really just all I've really discovered is ways to take me to different islands. But I feel like I'm gonna have a hard time with this, and not necessarily because it's like harder, but because I'm gonna get lost a lot with the point and click. I'm gonna have a hard time like finding stuff to interact with because I'm not very used to playing games this way. I find it much easier to like remember where I am if I physically walked there myself rather than just clicked a bunch. Okay. I had a pretty easy time with Myst, but I was playing Remastered, which feel made a pretty big difference. I think. Wait, is this where? Is this the ladder that I came from? Yes. Well, that's what I mean, is that, like, I don't know when... Like, this is very clearly just an environmental screen, right? This screen has nothing on it that is remotely relevant other than it looks pretty. And it is very hard to determine because of the, like... Slash, it also is like a transition to let you get somewhere without it being as jarring as just click and you're there. So it's a transition thing, which makes sense aesthetically, but it makes it difficult for me to know when I should be looking at something in detail or just clicking through to get to the next place. Some sort of machine here. I was dumped out down this slide, I guess. This is a different ladder. Takes me to a hatch, which is a different thing. I'll come to that later. Can I... Oh, it's saw... Can I not go over here? I can. There we go. Like a pile of sawdust? Like wood chips or something? Mulch, perhaps? Because this building is very interesting and I want to go look at it. Aha! We're doing the pipes again. Oh man, you can see the square when it's interacted. Like when you interact with it, you can see the square around the animation part. Like, you see it? There's a square getting drawn that's different resolution here. It's very funny. Okay, so it's a valve for like water or gas or something. We probably need to direct it in the right direction or something like that. But I see this... Ah, this looks like a boiler room or something. See there's fire underneath it? None. Absolutely none. I have wandered around and gotten lost a bunch. That's about it. I've done 0 things. There's another valve. That's not making any sounds, though. Bubbling water. Okay, so these are things that I can definitely interact with. Okay, so there's like a valve here, which I assume like opens something or starts this pump. That I would assume is gonna like drain this and send it out. We got one here. I'm gonna go look in the building first to see if there's anything I can like gauge. Is that a handle or a light or something, or just nothing? Nothing. Feels like the answer is nothing. Okay, so let's go over here. I mean, I don't know if this is true in Riven. This is an old puzzle game, but it doesn't seem like it would be the case because it would be very frustrating. In most modern puzzle games, there's no return sort of puzzles. Like if you fuck something up, there's generally always a way to reset it or whatever, and so I don't feel too bad about just pressing buttons and seeing what happens. But yeah, that's what I'm finding. Maham, like I did the Mystery Mastered and I finished the whole thing about 6 hours, and I understand like it was great, it was fun, and I can see how it would be super impressive and like really good at the time, but I had like years and years of like cultural puzzle game tropes to draw from that made it feel like the puzzle solutions were often pretty like fairly obvious. But that's because I am now 30 and I've played puzzle games for a while, and you kind of get things that were played modern games that were inspired from Myst, so it's easy to see how it would have been very hard at the time, but like modern puzzle games kind of draw from it so much that you can sort of see what it's trying to do. But Mystery Master definitely made it easier, in that like walking around yourself makes it easier to orient, figure out where you're going. It makes it very much more clear what is interactable with, that kind of thing. That turns the pipe. Yes, I am 100% blind. No, I'm playing the game with 100% blind. As in, I do not know anything about it. Although it seems to have maybe just crashed. Oh no, that turns off the bubbles. This turned off the boiling aspect of it. Okay, so when that's on, it bubbles. And if it was not if this was like a remastered version and not point and click,
you look very fuckable today, Kappa Pride.
Thank you. I'd be able to see where these pipes were going like more easily. Like as of right now, I can't really tell where this is going. So like it'd be easier to like trace like a gas source or something, right? But this pipe looks like it's going down to there, which I feel like is something that we want to deal with. So what happens if I do this now? Nothing. Okay. Oh wait, what if I look up after I do that? I don't hear any sounds. So I rotated that, and that opened this, whatever that is. Nothing is flowing. This is sort of the default state of the system right here. Well, no, like when this was down, this was the default state of the system. So I feel like I should make an adjustment and then look around and see if there's anything that I can like discern. But I feel like I need to try to power this thing, right? Like this is like liquid or steam or something is coming from this like boiler and going through these pipes and is probably being piped to power things. This looks like it's some sort of wood chipper that is probably relevant. Although I fell down that slide to get here, so the fact that that slide puts you in a wood chipper or something is a little bit terrifying. So this pipe is where we want things to go, maybe? It is unclear to me whether this pipe means it's coming in and going out, and this one is blocked. It does seem to make a sound. This pipe... Oh, there's another building up there that we can go to. I think it's this pipe that it's coming in from. That changed nothing, as far as I can tell, but it did make a sound. Tends to matter. Ah, I see. There's buttons here that are changing when I turn that. So that might be telling me which one of these is active. But once again, this is the problem with the point and click part. I can't really tell which pipe is which here. I'm going to assume it's this one. Oh yeah, because they're the buttons again. I gotcha. So this pipe is going to nothing, or coming out of this. I'm not sure whether this state or this state is on. Oh. Something happened. Oh, I guess I had the steam on and I redirected it somewhere. But there was boiling water in here. And now there is not. Oops. I'm trying to look at the end of this pipe to see if there's like a... Nope. A valve or something here that I can do anything with. Does not look like it. So there was water in there, and now it is not there anymore. Is what I've sort of worked out here. Let's go look. Maybe there's something we can do on this side. This is probably maybe what is water is being drained or filled from this, perhaps. More pipes. That was the other way this could have gone. Ladder, I guess? Unopenable. That's the only thing that like makes a sound so far. So if that is the other way, does this still have water in it? It does not. So I don't know where the water went. Or the steam went. For that matter. But this is like a steam boiler. It looks like it's coming... This tube looks like it goes here, which goes nowhere. And this tube looks like it goes to nowhere either, which is very awkward. But they go out to this thing. And then presume... But so they must just come out of this, I guess, is the intention. But then they just join together, and I don't understand where they would... But now they're not changing anymore. These were changing when I turned that, and now they're not anymore. So something, some condition has been fulfilled, and something has changed somewhere. I'm unsure of what that something is. There was this door up here. Maybe we can go see what's in here. Oh, this is just the minecart back, I guess. Okay. So we don't need to go there now. Just wanted to see what it was. I like to get all of the information before I attempt to do a thing, generally in these types of games. But that's much more difficult with the point and clicky sort of nature of it. Alright, so here, this is like a steam powered wood chipper or turbine or something. Turning this, I can hear steam and hear changes. And like something happens when I press that. And it's got to be about these pipes. Like I'm just unsure about whether pointing to it is on or pointing to it is off. Like does this mean that it's coming down this pipe now? Or does this mean it's blocked from that pipe? I think the middle pipe is coming from the boiler. That makes sense. So, in my mind, this means this is coming this way and coming out. And then you turn it. Now maybe it's going this way, but it's really hard to... Oh, there's three. It moves multiple times. So does this... Okay, well, does this mean the steam is coming down this way now? Or does that mean it's being blocked at this entrance and it's going that way? Let's go see if it's doing anything to Mr. Woodchipper Man. This is terrifying, given that I was dumped into this slide, by the way. I could have become chips. Don't want to be chips. Oh. Didn't want to do that. I was just trying to click on this thing. No. trying to click on this and see if there's anything I can do with it, but it does not look like it. Like, that looks like it should be a button, but I can't really do anything with it. Okay, has anything changed in status up here? No. That turns off the gas, from what I can tell. So the other pipe is going up this way. But I can't get up there right now. I can go look again, I guess. That doesn't really... It's not going to hurt anything to go look. Gas is currently off. Not very far at all. I have not done anything other than, like, I took a sky monorail that took me to a different island, and then I wandered around and I took a minecart that took me to this island. And that's it. I have not done anything relevant. Yeah, so this looks like I have to open it from the other way first or something. I have never played before. I played Myst Remastered last Friday, from start to finish blind. And now I'm playing this one. I am having a little bit of a hard time with the point and click nature of it, because I am not very used to this, having not played a point and click game since I was like 5. Like, I keep accidentally moving when I don't want to. But I think that's part of the charm / difficulty of it. I feel like I have done I've obviously done something. And I don't know what that something is. It remains unclear to me whether... Like, this is very clearly steam or water or something that's going through these pipes. And I need to get them to, like, here to do something. I don't know what something. Maybe I need to go and try something else. Like, because it feels like I've used the water and I need to, like, refill it or something. I'm not sure how to do that. There is, like, a pump, it looks like, but I need to turn that on somehow. But it's unclear to me whether this valve is, like, this means this pipe is activated or that pipe is closed. There's some sort of pump. Oh, hey. Once this thing... Oh, so I just I pumped the water out of this and turned off the gas so that I can go inside of it, I guess? That feels useful, at least in some way. My thought was that, like, it was meant to power something. Like the other game, like like in Myst, we had the little water pumps, like, powering the elevators and stuff. My thought was that it was going to power something, but I guess the intention is that we drain it out so that we can go inside. Yeah, I've started streaming puzzle games, like, relatively recently, like over the last several months. I've been having a good time with it, so I have a big backlog of things that I plan on going through, because I never really played them when I was younger. I kind of got addicted after playing Return of the Obra Dinn, which is definitely a weird puzzle game to start with, because it's incredible, and oh my god, if you haven't played it, please play it. But there's also full playthroughs of The Witness, and Myst on this channel. So feel free to check those out too. I don't know if the Witness VODs are still alive, but the whole thing is on my YouTube channel as well, which is also just Dickman. So, oh, that drove me nuts with the elevators, man. There's a point I didn't figure out the elevator in the library for a while, because I just assumed the button didn't work and I needed to do something else to activate it. I didn't think that the creators of Myst were so obsessed with elevator safety that I needed to have the doors closed before they worked. Like, I was stuck on those elevators for way too long because I just didn't know I had to close the doors. Like, oh, okay. So I'm down in a pipe. Some variety. This looks like it's the pipe that goes, like, into the lake. Oh dear. Well, this just lets me look out at the water. I mean, when you think about that the game was designed from a point and click standpoint, and like it's basically like a slideshow, like moving from one picture to another, the fact that the door has to be closed makes a lot of sense in terms of like just coding it, I guess. But that's not something that occurred to me playing the remastered version. This is where I just was. I am real lost. This is where I came from. Okay. That is incredibly dangerous. Don't fuck around with elevators, man. Elevators are terrifying. I mean, clearly the intention is to come in here. But okay, let me see if I can like see where that pipe would be going, because I'm coming into this pipe that is coming, like I'm going into this pipe. It looks like I went up and I'm looking at the other side of the cliff or something. Let me go look at the pipe. There's no, I'm going into this pipe pretty clearly. And then eventually there's like a right turn and then you go up a bunch, but I don't seem to recall going up. And then like I just look out of a cliff. Maybe there's like an actual way to get out of it much more closely to that. Like at the end. Let's go look, I guess. Now we watch this again. Yeah, this is probably going to be a short stream, by the way, guys. I know normally I do like 3 or 4 hours, like a Friday evening for puzzles and stuff because I can, but I've got to go run a few errands, and then pick up friends from the airport. So my plan was to go to the usual 2-hour OBS crash, which is in about an hour from now. So just so everybody is aware, but I will aim to probably play more likely Wednesday or possibly Friday of next week as well. Normally I would do some on the weekend, but I've got a bunch of things going on this weekend. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on whether you really want to see my puzzle content or not. Like, fortunately for me, because they're fun things to do, but unfortunately because maybe you want to see my puzzles. That's where I came from, and that's the only option, right? It's just turning me 180. And I keep clicking. Okay, so this is going up the mountain now. And I only have the option to go up or down. Can't go left or right. That's just going back down. Close, St. Just, Germany. Oh, I can look down. Oh, can I walk down? Looks like I can walk down. Okay, well now I can walk up. See, if this was like... The reason why I didn't find that is because point and click. If it was not point and click, I feel like I would have been able to fall out of the pipe more easily. Okay. Thank you. It used to be much longer. And my hair is very long too. It's just currently in a bun. So I climbed up the pipe to get up here. Got it. Okay. So now this means I assume this means I can open this and I don't have to go through the pipe again, which is the benefit. Hello, Isars or Slaughter, by the way, whichever you prefer. I stream puzzle games on Fridays. Playing Riven. A door. Guess we go in the door. I don't know what any of this is accomplishing. Like, I have absolutely no idea what my purpose is. Like in Myst, I was like, aha, you unlock a book, you find a book, you go into the book, you find the pages, you find your way back. So far, all I've seemed to be doing is opening pathways to other places. I found like a steam boiler, and then I drained all the steam out of it, and then I went through a pipe, and now I'm in a cave with whatever this is. Beans. Like a little burn plate of some kind. Zomok gore has followed, which I figure might be Zomok. It's like a bear trap. Okay, there's also a lever. Oh. Goodbye. Well, I'm hoping the fact that I opened it and there's like a... Well, it's like it activates like a bear trap, right? Like there's a pressure plate that snaps it closed. I'm sort of hoping that that was what the intent was, and that now that I've put it down there, like it's like fishing or whatever. This will pull it back up and there'll be something in it because I opened it before I put it down. Nope. That did nothing. Do I need like to put... I can't put... I have no idea how to like interact with items or anything. Thank you. Well, I found the sound age in Myst before I realized you could like point the tower to tell you how to open books. I just puzzled out through like binary search, trial and error, the correct voltage value to activate the submarine and just went. Right, like that closes it. That opens it. This lowers it. I feel like there should be... Oh, hello. I can put beans on it. Okay. I didn't realize I could interact with that. Well, we'll see how it goes then. I tend to more like the puzzly aspect than the explorer aspect, but I've heard lots of good things, so we'll give it a try. Well, let's send it down with a singular bean on the bear trap and see if it accepts that. And then we'll bring it back up now. I have not. I don't know what that is, in fact. That seems to have done nothing. So, what if I send it down with the bean in it and it's closed? Abduction. Oh, it's from Cyan. Spiritual successor to Myst and Riven. Interesting. Open. There remains a singular bean on top. Huh. Is there anything else I can click on? I can click on the fan. That seems important. What am I looking at? I don't know what this is. What am I looking at? I don't understand. Am I just looking straight back down? That's kind of awkward. Okay. Well, let's send it down with the singular bean on it. And then we'll leave it for a bit. Because, like, I feel like it was already closed. So sending it down closed shouldn't be the answer, because that's the default state of the mechanism. Opening it and sending it down didn't do anything. Opening it, putting a bean on it, and sending it down didn't do anything. Opening it, putting a bean on it, closing it, sending it down didn't do anything. So there's got to be something I'm missing. Probably, like, I'm wondering if there's something I'm missing whilst it's down. Doesn't seem like I can do anything there. Yeah, I need to play more puzzle games, and I just have a huge list of games to get through. I don't think I sent it down closed. Did I just have to leave it down for a while? I did. Look, it's a frog. It's frogs, like in Mist. Frog, 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 sploosh. Is there some sort of visual indicator for how long I need to leave it down? Do I just need to do it a bunch of times? Did that frog actually accomplish anything? Like, well, if I still had the frog, I would, but it vanished on me. There's no frog here. Is there some sort of visual indicator for how long I need to leave it down before I bring it back up? Or does it just come back up? I would totally lick it if it allowed me to. Is this one of those things where, like, I'm clicking on the lever once and really I need to, like, double click on it or click and drag or some nonsense? No, I tried. Well, let's wait for like a minute and then we'll bring it back up. Let's see what happens. Because I screwed around with it down there for a while before I brought it back up and there was a frog, so just wait and see if that's a thing. What other games are on my list? Well, I mean, I was going to play the Talos Principle next, and then as I was planning my stream on like Thursday of last week, I had found out that Mystery Mastered had come out the day before. I was like, oh, I guess I'm doing that. Might as well. And then I enjoyed Myst, and people were like, play Riven next. And I was like, okay, so here we are. But I would, like, it's not just puzzle games. I also like sort of like walking simulators and like investigation-y type things. Like I've also got stuff like The Vanishing of Ethan Carter and like What Remains of Edith Finch on my list to do. I played through Tacoma, which is very much like a walking simulator. I did enjoy that a lot, so there'll be those kinds of games, like investigation, puzzle, story, walking simulator sort of stuff. No Froggy. I assumed we just had to wait a while and we'd get Froggy. That would make sense, given that it is like a point and click, that it doesn't track time. And that would make me... That would... I understand why these scenes exist. To, like, actually have a trigger. Nope. Okay, well, we'll send the singular beam and the bear trap down. And we'll click around, I guess. Up. We clicked on these things a bit. We clicked on this a bit. Nothing seemed to happen. We went this way and we got confused and we like walked out. And we like walked back in. Look at this. Get confused again. Nothing here. Wheel. Oops. It might be. Nope. We got a frog. And the frog ran away, and now we can't do anything. Like, was the frog the intent? But the frog doesn't really accomplish anything for us. The sort of hope is that you like do it again and you get a different thing, or maybe the frog was something you could do something with. But is there like a reason for a frog to just be there? Do I need to like... That's like, maybe, I mean, we could just leave it for a while. But I just don't understand what the purpose is. Right? This is in the game for a reason. The reason can't just be to collect a frog. When you don't even get to do anything with the frog. I really want to send it down with the door closed, but I can't imagine that would accomplish anything. That doesn't seem like it would accomplish anything to me. Because the sort of intent very much seems like this is just like a trap. So, I guess, yeah. I mean, let's go look at some other stuff. But I really hate, like, walking away from something until I know what it's for or what it does. Is there anything else I can do over here? More pipes. And I can go down this ladder now, but it seemed to me that the purpose of this was to empty this so that I could climb up here. That's gonna drive me nuts then. I mean, this is sending steam somewhere, but we can't seem to refill this, so wherever we sent the water, we can't really get it back. Nothing I can do over here. Is this boy? Which, I don't know what it does. Moving steam around, it seems. Still feel like there should be a button. Like, that looks like it should be a button or something, but it's not. Like, the fact that this doesn't change anymore seems very awkward to me. It used to change and now it doesn't. Yeah, we can't seem to like refill the water from the lake to turn it into steam or whatever. Was the intention really just to like let a frog loose? That seems really strange. We'll go look at it one more time, and then maybe we'll go back the way that we took to get here. See if there's something we missed on like the pathway for the pipe. That's the way I came, right? Get confused. Frog, return. I can't even move it now. Is this like also steam powered? And I have just diverted the steam away from this thing, and I was lucky the first time I came up here that it was diverted in the right direction. It feels like it would make sense. So which way was that valve pointing? Maybe we can at least learn something about how the valves work here. This looks like it's going towards the center. So if it was pointed this way, that implies to me that the direction that this is pointing is the way that the like steam/water goes. That's what the implication. If this like lift works now, that is the implication to me. Okay, so at least we kind of know how those work. Oh, and it's closed now. Is there another frog? There is another frog. Frog. It jumped off in a different direction. So, you know, that's a thing. Send it back down. At least we kind of know how the valves work. Sort of. The fact that it's a three-way valve maybe tells me something about it. Like, let me go look at it again, and I'll show you what I'll explain what my thought process is there. There's three. Maybe it's the water's like coming in from up here or something. I thought it was coming through this pipe, like from the boiler, maybe. Cat just sneezed. So that like my assumption was that it was coming in from here, and then I was making it go either this way or this way. But maybe it's coming in from somewhere else, and I can just only make it go in one direction. So like if I do this, does it go back to this tank in the middle, perhaps? Aha, yeah, see, it lets me change this now. Now it's filling with water. So we've sort of figured out roughly what it's doing. So what? Turning it this way makes it not? It makes it would go to here, I suppose? To whatever this thing is? That is going to drain it. Or at least lower it. It doesn't seem to be drained. It seems to be lowered. But I can go into this now, so maybe it is actually drained. Or not all the way? I can't really tell. There are footprints. Or are those lights? I guess they're lights. So it's like halfway empty now. So it's coming from there. And I could have sent... Okay, well, so now... That would imply that if I turn the handle this way, the water or steam or whatever is going to this thing. And then is there something I can do with this thing? Is there a button? Is there... I mean, I can go up the ladder. Oh, there's like a lever. There we go. I mean, we did something with it. It did a thing. I don't know what it does, but we did something. In that we sort of understand how, like, I assumed it was coming out of the thing, but what it is going into the pipe in the direction that we're pointing. So we have learned something. This is the first island I started with, which may or may not be the right idea. I still don't know what this does. Oh, that's draining it, I guess? So closing that, will it fill again? Yes. That looks pretty full. Will it let me open this door still, even though it's very full? No, this is the same fullness as it was before, I believe. Yeah. That seems to, like, fill it, and then... Or, like, wait, so what if I have this on, and I put the switch on? Nothing. Okay, so changing the valve to the other pipe, and then pressing the switch does something. Oh, there's a platform in there that's also raising, it looks like? Okay, so this drains the water. This pipe will fill the water. Activating this pipe will let me turn on and off this, like, platform thing. And then the little other valve is what boils the water. So we can have... Well, now we have water in here. But I feel like I just lucked out the first time I went through this, and this doesn't actually matter anymore. And what I needed to do was, like, figure out how that worked to drain the water and lower the platform so that I could go in here. I think that was the intent. It's like, that's what I needed to figure out. Was how to drain it so that I could go in there to unlock the other door. Rather than this. Because this doesn't seem to do anything. Like, this is going to boil this water eventually. And I don't know if that does anything. This seems to be what lets me, like, turn on whatever device I'm looking at. So right now, the lift should be activated again. This won't let me go in because it's boiling water. But I should be able to either turn that off or drain it or whatever if I want to. But I think I understand how that works. I don't really get its purpose, other than like this is an obstacle to drain so that I can then make my way up here and get past this porthole. I don't know if that's its only purpose or not. Let's see if we, after having left, if we have another frog. We do. But that one just jumped off. They all just seem to jump off. But, like, is there something I'm missing? And it's like, look, you can catch stuff with this, but I don't know if there's something in particular that I'm like, do I just need to do it a bunch of times? Do I need like a different bait? In which case, do I need to like collect an item? I don't even know if you can collect items in this game or not. Yeah, by the way, when I'm asking these questions, this is me trying to puzzle it out to myself by asking hypotheticals. I do not actually want you to answer the questions. I'm just trying to like think about what the possibilities could be in like an out loud, hopefully semi-useful format. This does not look like I can go backwards in any way. So this... Huh. So the only thing... So there are 3 screens / things I haven't figured out the purpose of yet. 1, this. Why can I look at this fan? What does this do? Why do I care? 2, what is this view for? Is this view only for showing me that like this is powered because of the, you know, water or whatever from the lake? 3, does catching frogs do anything for me? It doesn't seem to. Oh, we caught another frog.
Frog equals joy.
The first animation, the frog leapt off to the left. The second animation, the frog leapt off to the right. Third one, it left back off to the left again. So let's see if this is just repeating frog animations and we need to do something different. That was not the same frog animation. I heard a sploosh. Frog, 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 sploosh. Frog does equal joy. Let's get another frog. And the other thing I don't know the purpose of is like the ore grinder or wood grinder or whatever. Obviously that has a purpose. There's no reason for it to be there if it did not have a purpose. I think this is just to show me that the pipe goes up. I think this is also just to show me that the pipe goes up there. Frog equals joy. Let's go to this thing, and we're going to turn it to the wood chipper, or the ore grinder, or whatever you want to call it. This allows us to do this, where we pull the lever, and it spins angrily. So this doesn't work initially. You have to go turn the knob to it to make it work. So that is intended. Like we have to do something to make it work. So we have to be able to do something with it for that to be useful. So my thought is there like a switch, now that this is powered, is there like a switch up here that lets us do something? To like dump ore into that or something like that. I'm a little bit worried that getting in this... Oops. I didn't mean to click that. I'm now going back on an adventure, which I didn't really want to. That was what my worry was, is that I'd have to view this again. Assuming it just takes me back to where I came from. No, it's good that it was off. I am a little bit worried that I'm now going to be going into it while it's on, though. And I have to watch this again, so... Here we are. Pick up my phone for a while. Oh, that's good. New statutory holiday on September 30th for my province. That's fun. For Truth and Reconciliation Day, in as like an educational reason to try and bring awareness and educate people on the problem of residential schools and the atrocities that were committed in said residential schools. Well, this is just taking me back to where I was, so let's go back there. Hopefully I don't become ground beef this time. I'm not looking at that because it'll drive me crazy. Just looking at Twitter and Facebook and my email, etc. On ye old phone. Looks like there's another building or two on this island that I probably need to investigate. Is this organized in the same fashion? Once again, hypothetical, so don't necessarily answer me. This seems to be organized in like the same fashion as Myst was, where it's like you take a there's like a central hub or whatever, you take a transport to an island, you have to do something on the island to solve it, and then once you've done that you can leave. Dump. Oh, but the ore grinder's on now. Am I gonna die? Guess not. So what is the purpose of this? I don't understand the purpose of the frog, and I don't understand the purpose of the grinder. We do seem to understand the how the valves work, which is at least a thing. Can I go around further in any direction? Is there like a certain way that I could have gone and didn't because I haven't figured out how to click on that yet? That's the ladder up to the cart. Ladder up to the grinder. There's a pile of wood chips. I keep calling it an ore grinder. It's probably like a wood grinder or something. This is the switch. Alright, well, let's go fetch another frog, I guess. Maybe we can gain some more joy out of fetching the frog. This I guess, okay, this is a question I would like answered. Because I just don't know how the game operates. This down here is like presumably my inventory because I can like click on books and read them and stuff. Are there things that I need to get? Like other point and click games that you like get an item and you use it to interact with something? Or is this just for like books and stuff? Like, or do I actually need to like find a lever to put in the slot and like they'll be stored down here when I find them? Is that a thing that I need to care about? It doesn't feel like it's spoilery. It just feels like how the game works and like something that would be in the instruction manual. Okay, so nothing that matters too much. Got it. Nothing I can do over here. Nothing. Well, there's other pipes. Like this pipe leads somewhere, but how do I get to that pipe? Can I go down? There's no way I can go down or anything. There's this pipe, which... I feel like this is just like... This is how this works, but I need to like turn off the pipe and put something through it. Because I feel like I'm just going to keep pulling up frogs and it's going to like randomly generate a frog animation every time. Yeah, this is the one where he knocks it down through the hole and then jumps off to the right. We've seen this one before. I feel like we're missing something in that we need to like turn off this fan so that something else can interact with this lift. And then we're just wasting our time fishing up frogs. But I don't see another direction in which I could go. Unless I missed like a direction back out here. Is there something that I can do this way? Because there's another pipe, right? Like, can I take this pipe to go somewhere? There's a rock the way down. The way down. No, that's the way down. This is the way to the pipe that I came from. Don't think there's anything I'm missing here. Pipe? What if I go drain the water and then come look at the pipe instead of like traveling through the pipe? This won't do anything because I don't think I have the water pointing this way. Will this do anything? It won't. I think I need to have this pointed towards the middle to get rid of the water. Do something like this, I think. That like filled it, I think. Now we're draining boiling water out of it though. I'm unsure if the like turn on the gas, turn off the gas thing is just to allow you to enter and exit this like steam boiler room, or if like the water being hot has a specific purpose. Because that would have come out of here, I think. I feel like it was just to drain it so that it was possible to like go through. I think that was the intent. God, I really don't want to leave the island until I've figured out what it's for, but I don't see what to do here. Like, what have I not interacted with? I don't know what the frogs are for, but I feel like I'm missing something there to actually make that a relevant mechanic. And I don't know what this is for, but I don't see anything that I can click on to help me figure out what's going on with that. We have about 15 minutes left, I think, until we crash. I want to send the cart away, like, without me. That doesn't seem to be a possibility. Yeah, about there. It seems to change. From what I've read a little bit about, sometimes that tends to happen for people because of ISP things, right? Like your ISP sees you're sending a whole bunch of data and then throttles it because they're trying to curb like things like illegal downloading and stuff. And, you know, very clearly me sending out a bunch of data definitely means I'm torrenting illegal things rather than just like streaming video to people. And that causes it to crash. Most of the time that's not like, it's just an automated setup thing, which is why it happens like 2 hours on the hour, because they're like, oh, this person's been doing it for a while. It's X amount of gigabytes crash, right? Or like, you know, cut off upload. And it doesn't like disconnect you, it just like blocks the packets, which disconnects you from Twitch, and then it kind of screws up OBS and you have to start over. Which is something that I have read. Unsure if it's what's happening to me. There's like another path through there. It looks like I'm just missing something. Like there's got to be somewhere else I can go. And I just have not figured it out yet. Oh, maybe this is the drain, and then it's just draining it into the lake. Like filling it from the lake, draining it to the lake. That seems to be how this interacts. Right. Well, let's turn off the gas. We don't want to waste gas, do we? This is the pipe. I don't see what the purpose of like raising or lowering the platform was, though. It was something that we could do, but I don't see its purpose. Like, we didn't need to lower the platform or like lower the water level to get up here, so why does that exist? I guess not something we used. Frog. Get frog, bring joy. Give frog. Hello, frog. Bring me joy. Leap. Frog is for joy. Ugh, I feel like there's something I'm not seeing. Nope. Goddamn. Nope. 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 I'm just trying to see if there's like a left or right I can take. Right, so we got these pipes. These pipes look like they bring it in and out. I still didn't understand what the purpose of the, like, raising and lowering platform was, though. It doesn't seem to do anything for us. Or maybe I just happen to have it in the right position right now, and therefore it doesn't matter. Oops. But yeah, that's when we're gonna have to cut it off, is whenever that crashes, basically, because I have errands to run, and then I'm gonna go pick up a friend from the airport. So we turn this valve this way. And that, like, lowers this platform. I just need to confirm to myself if that's something that matters. Like, have we used that? Oh, okay, it does matter, I think, right? Because it's how you get to the ladder. So I just got really lucky, I think. Yeah, so it has to be raised so you can get in here. So you have to turn off the water. Like, so I guess I understand what these are for now. Like, you've got to drain the water, and you've got to lower, or like raise the platform so you can get in. You've got to turn off the heat. That seems to be what the purpose of those things is. I don't know if I'm missing something there, but in the, like, sort of unwritten rule of puzzle games where you, like, use each thing once, it seems the purpose of all the things on that boiler were to, like, lower the water level enough to let you go through that pipe to get up here. So we haven't figured out what to do up here other than fetch lovely frogs. And we have not figured out what to do with the wood chipper, which is driving me crazy. I don't know when the next time we'll be able to stream is, though, unfortunately. Like, it's probably not this weekend. Although I do have Monday off because it's Labor Day, which I forgot about, so maybe I could play on Monday. And we can do more Monday. That's certainly a possibility. What is, like, so there's not, what is the purpose of these screens? Is it, like, why can we walk this way? Is there any reason to be able to walk this way other than environmental reasons? I feel like I'm driving half the chat crazy with my, like, inability to figure this out. Yeah, why frog? I'm sure there's a bunch of, like, the people that came in here at the start that were like, hello. Look, you're playing Riven, or isn't that cool? And I'm like, yeah, it's cool. And then they're like, you're an idiot, you can't figure this out, and left. Like, this area feels like it should have a purpose. I feel like this symbol has to have a purpose too, but it probably doesn't. So we can turn on the grinding machine. Clearly the answer is we go fetch a frog, we somehow catch it, and we put it in the grinder. That's obviously the answer. So this is where it's coming from, I guess, and there's like a path up here. Like, I want to be able to go around. Like, there's got to be a way to get somewhere else that I'm just not seeing. There has to be. There's got to be a way to, like, go around the things that I'm stuck behind. Like, can I go further this way somehow? Doesn't look like it. Well, this is the ladder to go up to Frogland. I cannot go that way. The only way to presumably go farther is to figure out this. This won't work right now. Wait, why is this working? I thought I had the steam set to... I thought I had the steam set to the grinder. Could have sworn I had the steam set to the grinder direction, not steam lift direction. Do I misunderstand everything about this? Oh no, I had it set to steam lift direction. Oops. I thought I had just made some sort of important discovery, but nope, I just forgot that I had done a thing. Alright, well... probably no frog because no bait. Correct. There's something I'm missing. Obviously, otherwise I would have solved it. But... I feel like there's something very obvious I'm missing. What is the purpose of this screen? Is this just to show me that the water is, or steam or whatever is coming this way? I feel like there's got to be another direction to go, especially given that that pipe exists, right? That pipe is going off this way, like that's going over here. It has to do something. There's also this pipe. That seems to go somewhere. There's the grinder that we still don't have any idea what it does. Alright. Well, given that the stream is supposed to crash in about 4 minutes, maybe 9 minutes, and I think I'm fairly well stuck right now, it feels like it's probably a good time to stop. So I can go, like, run errands and shower and all the things that I need to do. And also have, like, an actual goodbye sequence rather than a crash and be like, oh, fuck it, crash, goodbye. So I'll end it here. It's not very long, I know, and we didn't get very much done, unfortunately, but I was getting to grips with how the game works. I think the next time I'll be able to play is Monday because of Labor Day, but I don't know that for sure. The next guaranteed puzzle day will be next Friday in a week, but we'll try to do like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It depends on what's happening in my life. But, you know, hit that follow button so you can see the notifications or whatever, etc., etc. So possible of Monday. I do always post when I'm going live in like Herringzord's Discord. If you are in that at all, that tends to be where I post my going live notifications. But there we go. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I should save this. Frog is love. Frog is joy. Excellent. So we'll save that. We'll be back hopefully Monday. Until then, I've been Steak Mittens. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed it. I did, and it's proving to be quite a bit more frustrating so far, but we'll get used to it, I think. There's probably something else, but I don't remember anything. So thanks everybody. See you next time. My girlfriend is standing in the background just cheering frog. Frog, frog, frog. Goodbye everybody.